Hi guys, hope you're all well. I thought I'd make a few tutorial slideshows so that we can stay in touch and it might inspire you all to get creative at home during this troubling time. The first slideshow is about basic colour mixing. I'm going to be using acrylics, but you can use oils or watercolours. In fact, you don't have to use paint really. If you don't want to, you can use pencils or crayons or cake mixture, whatever you feel like. So I thought I'd give a little bit of context about colour first before we delve in. We're very lucky today to have paint in tubes that we can buy in the shop. When artists first invented the first pigments, early as 40,000 years ago, it was from a combination of soil, animal fat, burnt charcoal, and chalk, creating a basic palette of 5 colours: red, yellow, brown, black, and white. And since then, the history of colour has been one of perpetual discovery. The invention of new pigments accompanied the developments of art history's greatest movements. Colours are everywhere. From our first shoes, or the clothes that we like, or the wonders of nature and outer space. Everything is represented by a colour. Colour pretty much existed ever since the whole universe began and plays a massive part in everyone's daily life. It changes our mood, affects our choices, and is an integral part of our world and how we perceive it. So before we start painting, I just thought I'd show you 3 artists that use colour wonderfully. So I don't want to flood you with information about each artist. I just want you to enjoy and study their paintings. So these paintings are by Claude Monet. He's a French impressionist and he painted with short brushstrokes, splashes of pretty colour, catching light and reflection in his work. Here we have the post-impressionist Paul Gauguin. He used colour in entirely new ways. He might paint a yellow sky or orange grass or red mountains. His paintings make you feel different because his colours are just so surprising. And last but not least, we have Matisse. He painted with strange shapes and bright colours. That are quite beautiful. So before we delve into our tasks and what we're going to be achieving, I just want to talk about the language that we use when we're talking about colour. So in the art world, we call a colour a hue. And it's a technical word for a colour. Today we're going to be talking about primary colours, which are red, blue and yellow. And all the colours can be created from mixing these 3 primaries together. And we get our secondary colours: green, orange and purple. A tint is a colour that's mixed with white, and a shade is a colour that's mixed with dark, like black. You get a darker colour. So these are our primary colours: red, yellow and blue. So we often find them in, unsurprisingly, if you know about colour actually, I guess, in fast food restaurants and things. So combining the colours red and yellow next to each other make you feel hungry. So that's why there's Burger King and McDonald's and things. But these are our primary colours: red, yellow and blue. So we could make artwork with just these primary colours. A very effective artwork as well, like these beautiful images here will show you. But we want to open up the door to so many more possibilities. So out of these 3 primary colours, we can make our secondary colours. So if we mix red and yellow together, we get orange, and red and blue, we get purple, and yellow and blue, we get green. So we want to mix equal amounts of red and yellow to get orange. And if we mix slightly more red than yellow, we'll get a reddy orange. And more yellow to red, we'll get a yellowy orange. Same goes for our purples. If we mix more red to blue, we'll get a reddy purple. And more blue to red, we'll get a bluey purple. And the same with the green. More yellow to blue, we'll get a yellowy kind of limey green. And a more blue to yellow, we'll get kind of a deep, dark, bluey green. Now this is all very dependent on the type of red, yellow and blue you're using. So if you're using dark red and dark blue, well, you'll get a dark purple. But if you've got a very bright lemon yellow and a very bright primary colour red, then you'll get a really bright, vibrant orange. So our first task is to make a palette, I guess, with our primary colours on it first, and then to mix them so that we get our secondary colours. Now, I don't mind how you want to do this at home with what you have around the house. So you can, as I said, you can do with cake mixture, or you can experiment with inks and water, or you can do colouring pencil. I really don't think it really matters. It's just learning about how the colours affect each other and experimenting. But if you have acrylics lying around the house, and maybe a canvas or a strong piece of board, you can use the back of a picture frame. There's a little project here that you might like to do yourself. So first of all, we want to talk about the materials we need. So as I said, you can use a canvas or board. You can use acrylic paints, would probably be best. Or you can use oils, maybe they take a very long time to dry. And we want masking tape, and a scissors would be handy as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make geometric shapes with our masking tape on our canvas. So we want to use these kind of straight, strong, bold lines on our canvas. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to paint it on top of our masking tape. So you want to use the palette that we just made with our primary and secondary colours. So be careful to remember that if you mix the three primary colours together, you get brown. So you want to be careful about how you apply your colours and overlapping them or anything. You want to kind of keep your 3 primaries distinct and away from each other. The next thing I normally do is I dip my brush into the paint and then I flick it at the canvas, so it gives this lovely sort of spray paint effect. It's beautiful, it's very effective, and it gives a sort of almost 3D look to your painting. So we want to maybe wait 10-15 minutes. It depends how thick your paint is. So you want to make sure it's like pretty dry, because you want the lines underneath your masking tape to be lovely and clear and white. And then you have the very satisfying job of peeling off the masking tape off your canvas or board to reveal these beautiful white lines underneath. So if you like, you can actually experiment with this project on a wall in your house. I know there's a lot of people around the country at the moment that are painting walls at home. So this might be nice to do a feature wall in a children's bedroom or in a hallway. It can be very effective if it's planned out properly, and it gives a lovely kind of pop of colour in a room, depending on your colour palette. So it's just another little exercise that you could practice for. So maybe you practice first with canvas or on cardboard or board, and then you try it on a wall at home. Okay. Thanks everybody. Hope you have a nice time doing it if you decide to do the project, and hope to see you all soon.